Tragedy is not that people cannot succeed. The tragedy is that many never give themselves a real chance because they delay, they hesitate, they wait. And while they are waiting, life keeps moving. Success is predictable. It's not luck and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. Understand something important. Laziness is not the absence of ability. It is the absence of disciplined action. You may have incredible talent. You may have brilliant ideas. You may have enormous potential. But potential without action will always remain potential. The world does not reward what you could have done. It rewards what you actually do. Think about the people you admire. They were not born more disciplined. They simply made a decision to act, a decision to grow, a decision to move forward, even when they didn't feel like it, because they understood a timeless truth. Feelings come and go. Discipline stays. The successful person is not the one who always feels motivated. The successful person is the one who acts anyway. When the alarm rings, they get up. When the work is difficult, they continue. When progress is slow, they remain committed. That is how ordinary people become extraordinary. In this message, we're going to explore how to defeat laziness, how to build discipline, how to take control of your habits, and how to become the kind of person who takes action every single day. Because your dreams are waiting. Your potential is waiting. Your future is waiting. The only question is, will you keep waiting, or will you finally take action? Get up, take action, build discipline, because the life you want begins the moment you stop making excuses and start moving forward. Every day you delay is a day you never get back. Think about that for a moment. Time is the only resource you can never replace. You can lose money and earn it back. You can lose a job and find another. You can even recover from failure. But once a day is gone, it is gone forever. And that is why laziness is so dangerous. It doesn't steal your future all at once. It steals it one day at a time. Most people think laziness looks like doing nothing. That's only part of the story. Real laziness is much quieter. It hides behind excuses. I'll start next Monday. I need more time. I'm waiting for the right moment. Tomorrow will be better. Those words sound harmless, but they carry a heavy price, because tomorrow has a habit of becoming next week. Next week becomes next month. And before you know it, years have disappeared. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Notice the words, every day. Success grows daily. Failure also grows daily. The difference is often invisible. One good decision each day moves you forward. One lazy decision each day slowly pulls you backward. The gap isn't obvious at first, but over time, it becomes enormous. Laziness is patient. It doesn't rush. It whispers. It can wait. Rest a little longer. You deserve another break. And while you're listening to those whispers, opportunity keeps moving. Life keeps moving. Successful people keep moving. You see, dreams don't disappear overnight. They fade slowly. Not because you stopped believing in them, but because you stopped working for them. Dreams need action. Goals need effort. Potential needs discipline. Without action, even the greatest dream remains only an idea. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Better people don't wait for perfect conditions. They begin where they are, with what they have. They understand that action creates opportunity. Waiting rarely does. Have you ever noticed something? The hardest part of any task is usually the beginning. Once you start, the work becomes easier. Momentum begins to build. Confidence begins to grow. But laziness wants to stop you before momentum ever begins, because it knows something. A person in motion is difficult to stop. Think about a farmer. A farmer cannot wait until harvest season to plant seeds. The work must be done early, quietly, consistently, every day. If the farmer delays planting, there will be nothing to harvest. Life works the same way. Today's effort creates tomorrow's rewards. Today's laziness creates tomorrow's regrets. Many people say they want success, but wanting isn't enough. Everyone wants a better life. Very few are willing to build one, because building requires work. Building requires sacrifice. Building requires consistency. The tragedy isn't that people fail. The tragedy is that many never truly begin. They spend years preparing, planning, thinking, waiting. But success doesn't reward intentions. It rewards execution. Ask yourself this question. What has procrastination already cost you? A business you never started? A skill you never learned? A book you never wrote? A dream you never pursued? Those costs are real, even if nobody else can see them. Laziness doesn't simply waste hours. It weakens confidence. Every promise you break to yourself sends a message. I can't trust myself. Over time, that message becomes your identity. But the opposite is also true. Every promise you keep builds confidence. Every action you take builds belief. Every disciplined decision strengthens your character. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Without that bridge, dreams stay on one side. Your future stays out of reach. But every action you take lays another piece of that bridge. One habit, one choice, one productive day at a time. Remember this. You don't need to change your entire life today. You only need to stop delaying today. Read one chapter. Exercise for 20 minutes. Work on your goal for 1 hour. Make one phone call. Take one step. Because one step leads to another and another. Until one day, you realize you've traveled farther than you ever imagined. The future is not created someday. It is created today. In the decisions nobody applauds. In the work nobody sees. In the habits nobody notices. That's where success begins. Quietly, consistently, patiently. So stop telling yourself you'll begin tomorrow. Tomorrow is uncertain. Today is real. Today is your opportunity. Today is your responsibility. Because every day you delay is a day you never get back. And every day you act is a day that moves you closer to the life you were meant to live. Let me tell you something I've learned. Laziness is powerful, but discipline is stronger. Laziness tells you to wait. Discipline tells you to begin. Laziness promises comfort. Discipline promises growth. One gives you pleasure for a moment. The other gives you rewards for a lifetime. The choice is always yours. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Think about that. Every dream you have is waiting on the other side of that bridge. But you cannot cross it with excuses. You cannot cross it with procrastination. You cross it with discipline. One step at a time. One decision at a time. Most people believe they need motivation. They wait to feel inspired. They wait until they feel ready. But motivation is unreliable. Some days it shows up. Some days it doesn't. If your future depends on motivation, your future will always be uncertain. Discipline is different. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It asks what must be done, and then it gets to work. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Notice that success is not built on giant moments. It is built on small choices. Choosing to wake up instead of sleeping in. Choosing to read instead of scrolling. Choosing to work instead of making excuses. Those small decisions may seem insignificant, but repeated every day, they become extraordinary. Every morning, you have a conversation with yourself. One voice says, "You've worked hard enough. You can skip today. It won't matter." The other voice says, "Keep going. Stay committed. Finish what you started." The voice that wins is the one you choose to obey. Discipline is not punishment. It is self-respect. It is proving to yourself that your dreams matter, that your future matters, that your word has value. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you become stronger, not just physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Think about a builder constructing a house. He doesn't build the entire house in one day. He lays one brick, then another, then another. Some days progress is slow. Some days it's difficult, but he keeps building. Eventually, the house stands. Your life is no different. Every disciplined action is another brick. Every excuse removes one. The question is, what are you building? The beautiful thing about discipline is this. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes. At first, waking up early is difficult. Later, it becomes natural. At first, exercising feels uncomfortable. Later, it becomes part of who you are. At first, working on your goals requires effort. Later, it becomes your lifestyle. That's how habits are formed. Not overnight, but over time. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Becoming better requires repetition, not perfection. There will be days when you fall short. Days when you miss your routine. Days when you lose focus. Don't stay there. Get back up. One mistake doesn't define you. Giving up does. Remember this. Laziness grows when you feed it. Discipline grows the same way. Every action strengthens one or the other. Every decision shapes your character. Every habit shapes your future. So choose wisely. The world rewards disciplined people, not because life is unfair, but because disciplined people become dependable. They finish what they start. They show up consistently. They improve continuously. And people trust those who are consistent. Opportunities find those people. Success follows those people. Don't underestimate the power of one disciplined day. One productive day becomes a productive week. A productive week becomes a productive month. A productive month becomes a productive year. And one day, people will call you successful. They won't see the thousands of disciplined choices behind that success, but you will. So stop waiting for motivation. It may never come. Build discipline instead. Choose action over comfort. Choose responsibility over excuses. Choose growth over ease. Because every time discipline wins, laziness loses. And every time laziness loses, your future becomes brighter. One decision, one habit, one disciplined day at a time. Let me tell you something important. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not with other people. It is not with your circumstances. It is with yourself every single day. You choose between two versions of who you could become. One version seeks comfort. The other seeks growth. One avoids responsibility. The other embraces it. One waits. The other acts. And every decision you make strengthens one of them. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Think carefully about those words. Success follows character. It follows discipline. It follows responsibility. It does not chase people who constantly delay. It is attracted to people who consistently improve. That is why becoming is more important than achieving. Most people ask, how can I become successful? A better question is, what kind of person do I need to become? Because your habits create your character, and your character creates your future. Laziness does not control successful people. Why? Not because they never feel tired, not because they never feel discouraged, but because they refuse to let feelings make their decisions. They let their values make their decisions. They do what must be done, even when it is difficult, even when no one is watching. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Becoming better is a daily decision, not a one-time event. Every morning you wake up on time, you become stronger. Every promise you keep, you become more trustworthy. Every excuse you refuse, you become more disciplined. Little by little, you create a new identity. Identity is powerful. If you believe you are lazy, you will act like a lazy person. If you believe you are disciplined, you will begin making disciplined choices. The story you tell yourself matters. So stop saying, I've always been this way. Instead say, I'm becoming someone better.